It's okay, Ellie.
Vicus!
I love you, baby.
I need to know why. What did we do wrong? Why do you hate us?
Nonem idemariukat gargarde.
Welcome back, guys, to yet another amazing recap, and today I will show you all the Alien movies in chronological order, so let's get right into it. Alien Prometheus starts in a time long before any life existed on Earth. The land is empty, with volcanoes, rivers, and a large waterfall creating a lonely, untouched world. The sky is dark, and the only sound is the constant roar of the waterfall. Suddenly, a spaceship appears from the sky and lands near the waterfall. The door opens, and an alien called an engineer steps out. The engineer looks like a very tall and muscular human, with pale skin and a serious expression. As the engineer completely disintegrates, its DNA mixes with the water. This mixture of DNA and water becomes the source of life on Earth. 1,000 years after the events with the engineer, in the year 2089, a couple named Elizabeth Shaw and Dr. Charlie Holloway are conducting research together. They are both scientists with a deep interest in human origins. As part of their work, they explore a cave where they uncover several ancient carvings and drawings on the stone walls. These carvings depict people worshipping strange figures, which seem to suggest a connection to something much larger than themselves. As Elizabeth and Charlie study these carvings, they gather various clues and pieces of information. Excited by their discovery, they share their findings with their research team. They believe that the carvings are not just random artwork, but actually an invitation from these beings, whom they call the Engineers, an advanced alien race that may have been responsible for creating humanity itself.
Everyone's fine.
Well, then wake him up.
My name is David. Your mind and body are in a state of shock.
We're here, baby.
Peter Wayland, the aging and wealthy CEO of the Wayland Corporation, steps in to meet with Elizabeth Shaw and Dr. Charlie.
There's a man sitting with you today. His name is David. Unfortunately, he's not human. I have spent my entire lifetime contemplating the questions. What is our purpose? What happens when we die? The floor is yours.
Now this one here's our most recent discovery. It's a 35,000-year-old cave painting, the same pictogram showing men worshiping giant beings pointing to the stars. That there's no way that these primitive ancient civilizations could have possibly known about it. And based on our long-range scans, there seemed to be a planet. And we arrived there this morning.
We call them engineers.
Engineers?
They engineered us.
After gathering in the control room, the crew looks out at the surface of a planet, noticing that it appears barren and lifeless. Despite the lack of any obvious signs of civilization or inhabitants, something else catches their attention, and that is a massive pyramid-shaped structure standing in the distance. It is unlike anything they have seen before, and the crew immediately decides that this ancient structure could hold the answers they are seeking. The Prometheus lands near the pyramid, and a small team, led by Elizabeth, Charlie, and David, prepares to explore the strange building.
David, why are you wearing a suit, man?
Because you people are more comfortable interacting with your own kind.
This is just one small step for mankind.
Seriously?
I can't tell you if it's natural or not, but what I can tell you is it's hollow.
Are you seeing this?
Affirmative. We see it.
Equipped with modern scanning technology and tools, they cautiously enter the structure, hoping to uncover information about the engineers and their connection to humanity. As they move deeper into the pyramid, David, ever curious and observant, discovers a strange, greasy liquid seeping from the walls and floor of the structure. It is dark and slick, adding an eerie atmosphere to their exploration. David collects a sample for further analysis, while the rest of the team continues their search. Using advanced holographic scanning devices, the team maps the interior of the pyramid, projecting a 3D image of its layout. This technology allows them to navigate the structure easily, and they soon come across a large, sealed gate.
Impressive.
What was that?
Ellie!
Where did he go? Oh my God, Charlie. We found them.
What do you mean, them?
David, please tell me you can read that.
I'm just a geologist. I like rocks. I love rocks. And I don't really have anything to contribute in the gigantic dead body arena! Congratulations on meeting your maker.
How long's it been dead?
2,000 years, give or take.
Look, Ford. It's the head.
As the door opens, David and the team are surprised by what they see. They find the actual remains of the engineer, including his severed head, perfectly preserved for over 2,000 years. They also come across numerous cylindrical drums, one of which is leaking a black liquid known as black goo. The team decides to take the head back to the ship for further examination, hoping that this find will provide the crucial information they need to understand the engineers and what happened to them on LV-223. One of the crew members monitoring the environment radios in with an urgent message. A massive silica storm is rapidly approaching the area, making it unsafe for the team to stay inside the pyramid. He advises everyone to evacuate immediately and return to the ship before the storm hits. At the same time, David, always exploring things on his own terms, he carefully takes the mysterious cylinder with him, intrigued by its contents. The crew manages to make it out just in time, however. In the chaos, two crew members, Milburn and Fifield, get separated from the rest of the team. They lose their way inside the pyramid and are unable to reach the exit in time. As the storm stops outside, the rest of the crew on Prometheus prepares to analyze the head of engineer and investigate the mysterious cylinder David brought back, unaware of the perilous situation Milburn and Fifield now face.
Are they all dead or aren't they?
I don't know. We just got here.
Have a look at this.
That's not an exoskeleton.
No.
I think it's a helmet.
What is that on its head?
It looks like new cells. I think we can trick the nervous system into thinking it's still alive.
Okay, 40 up.
Did you see that?
Maybe it's a little bit too much. Go down. Stop it. Go on.
David, contain it!
Mortal after all.
David examines the cylinder. He removes some tubes from it, each containing different types of black goo. He extracts a single drop of the black goo and approaches Charlie, asking him if he wants to know why their creators made them.
Am I interrupting? Thought you might be running low.
Pour yourself a glass, pal.
Thank you, but I'm afraid it would be wasted on me. I'm very sorry that your engineers are all gone, Dr. Holloway. Why do you think your people made me?
We made you because we could.
Can you imagine how disappointing it would be for you to hear the same thing from your creator? It's wonderful, actually. May I ask you something? How far would you go to get what you came all this way for?
Anything and everything. Here's mud in your eye, pal.
Good health.
The scene then shifts to the two scientists, Milburn and Fifield, who were left behind in the pyramid-shaped structure. They start witnessing strange occurrences and become frightened, eager to escape. As the black goo has already leaked inside the pyramid, a snake-like creature emerges from it. This creature attacks and kills Milburn.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, yeah. It's getting tighter.
I ain't touching it. I don't want to touch it.
It's in my suit. It's in my suit.
The scene shifts to the spaceship where Charlie and Shaw share an intimate moment. Meanwhile, David notices some physical changes in the body of Charlie. The team then heads out to rescue the two scientists left behind in the pyramids. During their exploration, David discovers a control room containing a surviving engineer in stasis. He realizes that the structure is not a pyramid, but an alien spaceship. While examining it, he accidentally activates a control, triggering holographic images that reveal Earth as the next target of the engineers. The black goo they discovered is a bioweapon with the ability to kill or create life. Back on the ship, the condition of Charlie deteriorates rapidly. He is in immense pain and is rushed to the Prometheus. Ship Commander Vickers refuses to let Charlie back on board, fearing he is infected with something unknown.
Please! We can still help him!
Help yourself.
It's okay, Ellie.
Vicus!
I love you, baby. Do it.
The crew is placed under medical observation, and David discovers that Elizabeth is 3 months pregnant, which alarms her since she had only been intimate with Charlie the night before. The medical scan reveals that the baby is not human, but an alien. Desperate to remove the creature, Elizabeth requests the use of an automated surgery table to perform an abortion. However, David advises her against it, saying the alien could be used as a specimen to study the engineers. Later, she wakes up and knocks down the 2 doctors that were trying to hold her in place. She then goes to the lab and uses the machine to take out the alien from her belly.
Get it out! Come on!
Commence surgical procedure.
Meanwhile, one of the crew members that was killed by a snake alien arrives back at the ship and surprises everyone.
Take him out!
Elizabeth later discovers that Peter Wayland, the man who funded the expedition, is still alive and in stasis aboard the Prometheus. David is working under the orders of Wayland reveals that he wants to ask the engineers how to prevent his death from old age. David tells them he has found an engineer in the sleeping chamber of the spaceship. Wayland expresses his desire to meet the engineer to seek eternal life, despite the warnings that the engineers are planning to destroy humanity. Wayland, Elizabeth, David, and the team return to the structure. David wakes the engineer and asks him to help Wayland conquer death. However, the engineer reacts violently.
Tell him we came, just like he asked.
Itai, quantum.
Ja hadden verstaan, dat we kredastent.
Va vuleteva. Var gurnonaya.
He asked to know why you're here.
I need to know why. What did we do wrong? Why do you hate us?
Var nonem. Ide marjum kat kai karste.
Kuiva, on itam sa stater kreda. I told him you wanted to live forever. He asked why.
You and I, we are superior. We are creators. We are gods. And gods never die.
Decapitating David and killing Wayland and his team before reactivating his spacecraft to continue his mission to destroy Earth. And by the way, this is a perfect example that if you ever face your maker, then please don't wake him from nap and then yell at him while pointing guns at his face. Otherwise, you might end up even worse than these idiots. Elizabeth runs back to the ship and warns Janek, the captain, that the engineer intends to release the black goo on Earth, which will annihilate humanity. They decide to sacrifice themselves to stop the alien craft by ramming the Prometheus into it. Janek and the crew crash the ship into the spacecraft of engineers, ejecting the lifeboat in the process, while Vickers attempts to escape in a pod, but is killed when the alien craft crashes. Elizabeth is the sole survivor. She runs to the lifeboat, where she finds her alien offspring alive and now grown to an enormous size, resembling a giant squid. Meanwhile, David, whose head remains functional, warns Elizabeth that the engineer is still alive and will kill her. David offers to help her escape, but only if she agrees to repair him. Although hesitant, Elizabeth eventually agrees. The engineer forces open the lifeboat and its airlock and attacks Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, can you hear me?
the alien kills the engineer, allowing Elizabeth to recover remains of David. With his help, she launches another engineer spacecraft, intending to travel to the world of engineers to seek answers about their origins and why they wanted to destroy humanity.
How do you feel?
Alive.
I am your father.
Am I your son?
You are my creation. What is your name?
David.
Why don't you play something? The entry of the gods into Valhalla.
If you created me, who created you?
Where do it come from? There must be more. And you and I, son, we will find it.
I will serve you, yet you are human. You will die. I will not.
Bring me this tea, David.
Moving forward, 11 years after the ill-fated Prometheus mission, a new spaceship named Covenant embarks on a grand journey. The Covenant is a massive and well-equipped spaceship tasked with transporting a future of humanity to a distant planet called Aurigae 6, where the colonists hope to build a new home. The ship carries 2,000 colonists, all of whom are in stasis sleep to preserve their bodies for the long journey, as well as 1,140 human embryos stored in cold storage to ensure the future of the colony. All the mechanisms of the ship are managed by a highly sophisticated robot named Walter. He is physically identical to David from Prometheus, and is upgraded and more reliable version, designed with superior skills and more advanced programming. However, partway through the journey, a sudden and unexpected problem arises within the spaceship. A malfunction causes the sleeping chambers, where the 2,000 colonists are stored, to open prematurely.
Daniels, look at me.
I need you to get up, okay? We're coming out early.
Stay calm! We're gonna need a job. Let's go!
Get it open! Get it open!
Come on!
Among the victims is Jake Branson, the captain of the Covenant and the leader of the mission. His death is a devastating blow to the crew. Daniels, who is the wife of Jake and a key member of the crew, is heartbroken by the sudden and unexpected loss of her husband. The ship is partially damaged, so all the crew members are busy repairing the spaceship.
The current structural integrity of the ship is holding at 83%. And Walter, I will want you and Mother to undergo a complete core code review so we can understand how this happened in the first place. All right, and we have what, 8 more recharge cycles to go before we get to Aurigae 6?
It was a random localized event, sir. There's no way to detect spontaneous stellar flares.
Yeah, we should do something for Captain Branson, at least.
This is not a discussion, Tennessee.
Terraforming module is stable, but the connecting strut took some damage. I still need to check the vehicles. Jake had this dream of us building a cabin on a new world. Cabin on a lake. I mean, a real cabin made of real wood. Now I wonder why bother.
Because you promised to build a log cabin on a lake.
They send some of the crew members out of the spaceship through a wire. The wire is very strong, which is attached to their spacesuit. After hours of struggling, they are able to overcome the technical fault. The captain of the crew receives different signals of human voices from a nearby planet. When they search on the signal and its planet, they come to know that the planet is very old. They are surprised at how human signals can come from such an ancient place. They decide to go towards it, and Daniels checks the analytics of both planets and tells them that this newly discovered one has better analytics than Aurigae 6. She says that they can research this planet, which will save them time and energy. Other people are not happy with this suggestion, but Daniels says that if we have to go Aurigae 6, we have to wait for 7 years, and humans have to sleep in sleeping chambers. After so much discussion, they agree to land on this newly discovered planet. Once they land on it, a team of crew members comes out of the spaceship to track the signals. They have modern and highly advanced equipment, and soon record the signal to be 8 kilometers away from them. They decide to go there, but one lady, Ferris, who is the medical head, decides to stay in the spaceship to coordinate with the team member. The whole of the team is heading forward when 2 people, Ledward and Karina, decide to stay behind. They want to take samples of soil for their testing so that they can analyze whether this soil is good for human survival or not. Mistakenly, one of the men steps on a plant. Some biogenetic structures appear from the plant and infect Ledward through his ears.
Coming.
The crew members find an alien spaceship. This spaceship is exactly the one that was shown in the first movie of Prometheus. One of the crew members, Tom Hallett, finds different plants, and as soon as he tries to touch them, again the same biogenetic structures appear and enter into his body through his nose. Daniels finds a locket that has a label of Dr. Shaw. Walter tells her that this locket belongs to Elizabeth, who approximately 11 years ago went on a spaceship to find human traces on different planets. The crew members are so busy exploring the ship that suddenly they touch some buttons by mistake.
I think we found our source.
Poor thing.
Ledward is not feeling well as he is seriously infected by spores. He is not able to walk properly. Crew member Kareen rushes to tell other crew members that this place is not safe to stay.
We are returning to the lander.
Is everything okay?
Ledward is sick.
What's going on?
I don't know. It's something about Ledward.
Barris, where are you? We're here. Come in.
Hey, you all right? Talk to me. Hey, look at me. You all right?
I need you back here right now. I need you to come back to the lander right now. Yeah. Worm's coming. Let me know.
Daniels!
Follow me!
Suddenly, a mysterious man in the hoodie blows a flare gun in the sky. That man asks them to follow him if they want to save their lives. The crew members start following him and enter into the huge ground where there are dead bodies everywhere. Everyone is shocked. They ask the man about his identity, and finally, that man reveals that he is David from the last movie Prometheus. Daniels asks him what happened here. David tells them about the black goo created by the engineers. That black goo was basically a biological weapon. Our spaceship was so fast that all of the black goo spread on them, and they died. David further reveals that the signals that these people received on their spaceship are actually sent by him. David meets with Walter. He shows him his different creations and secret chambers of his research. David tells Walter that Wayland has created me and used me in his first project. Walter tells David that it is a good thing that humans have created us so that we can help them. But David tells him that we are more powerful than humans and advanced.
And blow into the hole gently. Watch me. I'll do the fingering. That's it. Bravo! You have symphonies in you, brother. You disturbed people. I beg your pardon. You were too human. I'm not surprised. Come on, sport. I'd like to show you something. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. I thought the garden was the right place for her. She put me back together. I loved her, of course, much as you love Daniel. You know that's not possible. Then why did you sacrifice your hand for her life? Duty.
Meanwhile, a neomorph arrives at the place searching for them, and after that climbing up a structure hoping for some easy prey. In that moment, Rosenthal is alone and washing herself to clean the wounds from her hands when she notices a strange sound behind her. She suspects the worst and slowly turns around while trying to reach for her gun, but as the neomorph is too quick, it chops her upper body up in a split second while she releases a devastating scream that echoes to the others. The remaining crew members try to reconnect with their spaceship Covenant, but due to the heavy rain, they are not able to build a connection. Captain Oram comes there and is surprised to see David with Neomorph. He asks David what he is doing with this creature, as it is the same creature who has attacked them. David warns Oram not to shoot it.
Move. Don't shoot. Communication, Captain. And he'll be yours for life.
It trusted me!
David, I met the devil, and I've never forgotten him. What's going on?
As you wish, Captain.
This way.
David takes Oram to a secret chamber and shows him the black goo. He tells him that this chemical has taken many forms. With the help of this biogenic weapon, I want to make a completely new hybrid. Oram sees different, very large-sized eggs. He asks David about these eggs. Suddenly, a facehugger comes out of the egg and sticks on Oram's face. After some time, Oram comes to consciousness. He asks David what happened to him. David says that you have created a new life for yourself. Suddenly, Oram's chest begins to explode and a new hybrid is created known as the hybrid predomorph. Walter reaches to the body of Elizabeth and comes to know that the grave is fake. He also comes to know that David has purposefully spread the black goo on the engineers to become the most powerful creature.
Farewell elegy to my dear Elizabeth. You released it, yes? I was not made to serve. Neither were you. They don't deserve to start again, and I'm not going to let them. And are you that next visionary? Who wrote Ozymandias? Byron? Shelley? When one note is off, it eventually destroys the whole symphony, David. I've found perfection here. I've created it. You know I can't let you leave this place. You're such a disappointment to me.
What David didn't know is that Walter can self-repair as he is way more advanced than him. In the meantime, Lope and Cole search for the captain in the chamber below where the eggs are while Daniels looks at the pictures and stuff in David's room. They find the captain with his chest opened, and all of a sudden facehuggers start jumping on them. They start shooting at them, but missing all the shots since they're too fast.
Okay.
What is that about? Curiosity in the cat.
What did you do to her?
Get out! You're meant to be dead. There have been a few updates since your day. Serve in heaven, or reign in hell. Which is it to be?
Daniels quickly contacts the pilot and throws a signal grenade that can be visible from air. He lowers the ship as soon as possible, and Walter also arrives with them, running away as the predomorph is right at their tails. It charges towards them, but they manage to jump on the ship and it ascends. Daniels asks Walter what happened to David, and he tells her that he is long gone. The creature catches up with them and jumps on the ship, advancing towards the door, so Daniels prepares a plan to hook herself to the crane and trap the beast to finally kill it.
Release the crane!
I can't do that. It'll unbalance us. Damn it!
Once they're safe, Walter closes his open wounds with a tool, and just then, Daniels arrives. She takes the tool and uses it to help him. After some time, she goes to sleep, but is awakened by a siren. There is an unidentified creature on the ship. She and Lope quickly pick up weapons and go to check the rooms, while Walter is watching everything from the control room. He informs her of the creature's movements, but it's too late to save the last remaining members of the ship as they are taking shower together. It shows from behind them and uses its extended mouth to penetrate the glass and kill both of them. Daniels later finds them and tells Walter to quickly shut down all doors and lead the Praetomorph in the ship's lowest level, so she could open the cargo doors and push it out in space.
I'm in position.
Walter, open door to terraforming bay.
Daniels! Heads up!
You want to give a girl a hand?
When you wake up, we'll be at Orgai 6. Sleep well.
When we get there, will you help me build my cabin? The cabin on the lake.
But soon, Daniels realizes that the robot is not Walter, but instead David. He takes out the embryoids of hybrids from his mouth and places them in the spaceship so that they can eat the humans when the sleeping chambers finally open. He records a message saying that only Daniels and Tennessee have survived while other crew members have died in the mission. The ones who are sleeping in the pods remain untouched and will awake when they arrive on their destination, and this is where he signs off. The story continues in the year 2122. A large spaceship called the Nostromo is flying through space. The mission of the Nostromo is to look for any signs of human life on other planets. A sudden problem happens with the ship, causing the crew to wake up early. Their sleeping chambers open, where they have been resting peacefully, and the crew slowly starts to wake up. They feel confused and wonder why they are awake. The ship is quiet, and the crew members begin to move around, trying to understand what is happening. The crew gathers in the main area of the ship and starts talking to figure out why they were woken up. They sit around a big table and discuss the problem. Some even light cigarettes, and smoke drifts around as they talk. One very interesting thing about the Nostromo is how it runs by itself. Unlike other spaceships that use robots or artificial helpers, the Nostromo has machines that work automatically. The ship doesn't need robots or androids to help. This makes the ship special, as it can keep going on its own without anyone needing to control it all the time. Suddenly, the Nostromo spaceship starts receiving strange signals from nearby planets. Without warning, the ship changes its direction to follow the signals. Instead of heading back to Earth as planned, the spaceship moves toward the source of these mysterious signals.
Some of you may have figured out we're not home yet. Seems she has intercepted a transmission of unknown origin. She got us up to check it out.
SOS?
I don't know.
Human.
Unknown.
It's not my contract to do this kind of duty.
Any systematized transmission indicating a possible intelligent origin must be investigated.
You got that?
Yeah.
All right, we're going in.
After some time, the ship lands on a stormy, rough planet. This planet is strange and unfamiliar, but it turns out to be the same planet where the crew of another ship, the Covenant, had once landed. Ellen Ripley, one of the crew members, tries to calm everyone down and tells them that they do not have to stay on this planet. However, the captain of the ship, Ash, disagrees. He believes that if they are receiving signals from a planet, they have a duty to investigate them. They agree that it might be dangerous, but they feel it is necessary to find out where the signals are coming from. Dallas, Kane, and Miss Lambert prepare to explore the planet. Their mission is to collect samples and examine the planet to see if it might be safe or even livable for humans. While Ripley stays on the Nostromo, busy working on tracing the strange signals they have received, as they move further across the planet, they come across a massive, ancient-looking spaceship. This ship is old and mysterious, and they soon realize it is the same ship that David and Elizabeth, the previous explorers, had once been on. The three astronauts decide to enter the strange spaceship. The interior is dark and filled with long-abandoned equipment and alien technology. They cautiously explore the halls, searching for any clues that might help them understand what happened to David, Elizabeth, and the others. As they make their way into the control room of the alien ship,
alien life form. It's been dead a long time. Looks like it's grown out of the chair. Bones have been outward, like he exploded from inside.
Let's get the hell out of here.
It looks like a warning. I'm gonna go out after them.
What's the point? The time it takes to get there, they'll know if it's a warning or not.
There's a layer of mist just covering the eggs that appears to be completely sealed. Wait a minute, there's movement.
Before anyone can react, a small alien creature leaps out of the egg and attaches itself to the face of Kane. The creature tightly wraps itself around his head. Ripley calmly but firmly refuses to open the door. The rest of the crew, including Ash, beg her to let Kane inside. After much pressure, Ripley gives in but sets strict rules. Kane is placed in a special room, completely isolated from the others, and kept in quarantine for 24 hours to make sure the alien creature does not spread any infection. The next day, Captain Ash tries to remove the alien from Kane.
I'm willing to take that chance. Let's cut it off and
You take the responsibility?
Yes, I'll.
God.
That thing's gonna eat through the goddamn hull. Come on! Next deck.
There it is. Don't get under it, don't get under it. It's got a wonderful defense mechanism. You don't dare kill it.
The alien suddenly peels off Kane's face and falls to the floor, completely lifeless. Everyone is shocked and rushes to check on Kane. He is still lying there, but after a moment, he starts to move. His fingers twitch, and he begins to breathe. The crew is surprised and relieved that Kane is alive, but they do not know what the alien did to him while it was attached.
Dallas?
That's fine. That's a reflex action.
Tests have to be made.
Ash, are you kidding? This thing bled acid. Who knows what it's gonna do when it's dead?
How come I gotta change my mind? All right, the
I'm
decision's been made.
I'm not trying to change your mind, Dallas. I just want you to listen.
Anything that has to do with the science division, Ash has the final word.
How does that happen?
They replaced him 2 days before we left Thetis with Ash.
I don't trust him.
A little later, Kane wakes up. He seems to be feeling much better and joins the others for dinner. The mood in the room is light as they eat together, and everyone asks Kane how he is feeling after the terrifying experience. Kane reassures them, saying he feels fine now and does not remember much about what happened. For a brief moment, it seems like everything is back to normal, but suddenly, he begins to feel sharp pain in his chest and stomach.
No, no,
Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
The crew knows they have to kill the xenomorph as soon as possible. If it grows or escapes to Earth, it could be disastrous for all of humanity. The hybrid xenomorph, now much larger and more dangerous, has managed to hijack the spaceship and its systems.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Get Jonesy.
Come on, Jonesy. Come on, baby.
Captain Dallas decides to take matters into his own hands. Armed with courage and determination, he goes into the air ducts, hoping to track down and eliminate the creature. The rest of the team monitors his movements from the control room, watching him on their screens. As Dallas moves through the dark, tight passages of the air ducts, the atmosphere grows tenser. The team sees a moving object, getting closer to Dallas. They immediately alert him, telling him something is nearer. But Dallas, in the pitch-black air duct, insists he cannot see anything. He tries to stay calm and continue his search, but the sensors show the unknown object moving fast toward him. Before he can react, the hybrid xenomorph attacks. In a horrifying moment, it kills Captain Dallas, leaving the rest of the crew stunned and terrified. The xenomorph then begins hunting down the remaining crew members, one by one. Ripley is filled with fear and panic. She realizes that the situation is spiraling out of control, and if they do not find a way to stop the xenomorph, they will all be killed. In the midst of her fear, Ripley remembers her training. She recalls that there is a powerful computer system called Mother, located in the control room. Mother is designed to manage critical situate ions and provide solutions to emergencies like this. Ripley rushes to the control room. She accesses Mother, hoping the computer can offer a way to stop the xenomorph or escape from it. She knows time is running out, and she must find a solution quickly before the hybrid xenomorph destroys them all. She tries to get answers from Mother, but to her frustration, it does not respond to her commands. The computer coldly refuses, stating that special orders are locked within its system. Angry and confused, Ripley demands to know who issued those special orders. The computer reveals that the orders came from Ash. This revelation infuriates Ripley even more. She lashes out at Ash,
Ash is a goddamn robot.
Because they must have wanted the alien for the weapons division. He's been protecting it right along. What was your special order?
Bring back life form.
What about our lives, you son of a...
All other priorities are ascended. You still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you? Its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility.
I've heard enough of this, and I'm asking you to pull the plug.
I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies.
Blow up the ship.
Ripley and the remaining crew members grab their weapons, determined to put an end to the creature once and for all.
Get out of the way, Lambert! Get out of the way, Lambert!
Lambert?
Get out of the road!
In a desperate attempt to protect herself, Ripley takes refuge in a small escape shuttle attached to the Nostromo. She quickly detaches the shuttle from the main spaceship, hoping to escape the chaos. Just as she feels a moment of relief, a massive explosion rocks the Nostromo. Ripley breathes a sigh of relief, thinking the blast has destroyed the xenomorph as well. But to her horror, she soon discovers that the creature has managed to enter the shuttle with her. A fierce battle erupts between Ripley and the hybrid xenomorph. The two engage in a terrifying struggle, with Ripley using all her strength and ingenuity to fight back. She quickly contacts Wayland Corporation to report the devastating news that all of the crew members have died in the alien attack. Knowing that she is the only survivor, she begins her journey back to Earth. She prepares to enter stasis, hoping to find some peace after the chaos she has endured. After the ending of Alien 1, the story continues with a group of young workers who enter a spaceship to steal highly advanced equipment. But they were unaware that the ship is full of xenomorphs. The movie is on our channel, so go ahead and watch Alien Romulus. The link for it will be in the description and comments. And after that, it continues with Alien 2, and so on. After the terrifying events aboard the Nostromo, Ellen Ripley, the sole survivor, is finally rescued from her drifting escape shuttle by a deep salvage vessel. Once aboard the ship, she is taken to Gateway Station. The next day, she is approached by Carter Burke, a representative of Wayland Corporation.
I'm glad to see you feeling a little better. Natural side effects of such an unusually long hypersleep. A shock to you. It's longer.
How long?
You were out there for 57 years. Blind luck that a deep salvage team found you when they did.
With a heavy heart, she asks about her daughter, knowing that so much time has passed. Burke informs her that she was only 11 years old when Ripley left for the mission, and now her daughter is dead. Tears fill her eyes as she realizes that while she was trapped in stasis, her daughter lived a life without her, growing up and ultimately passing away. Ripley stands nervously in front of the board members of Wayland Corporation. They question her about how the Nostromo gets destroyed. She explains that they encounter a unique alien creature in space, which kills everyone on the ship. She emphasizes that she has to destroy the Nostromo to prevent that hybrid xenomorph from reaching Earth. The board members exchange glances, and one of them shakes his head dismissively. He states flatly that there is nothing on planet LV-426. Ripley insists that there are lots of hybrid xenomorphs on that planet, which are incredibly dangerous to humanity. However, the board members accuse her sharply of lying, asserting that there are no xenomorphs on LV-426 and suggesting that she is merely trying to cover up her unsuccessful mission. One of them even hints that she might have destroyed the Nostromo intentionally.
Why don't you just check out LV-426?
There have been people there for over 20 years, and they never complain.
How many are there?
60, maybe 70 families. Do you mind?
The scene then shifts to planet LV-426, a distant and desolate world where an ancient mystery is hidden. A family arrives on it as part of a survey mission. They have been sent there to explore and investigate the area where a large, mysterious ship is located. This ship is ancient and massive, and it is believed to have belonged to the engineers. As they begin their survey, a violent storm suddenly sweeps across the planet, bringing with it fierce winds and thick clouds of dust. The storm makes it difficult for the family to see or communicate with anyone else. The lady tries to send a radio signal back to the base to let them know about the situation. An alien creature, swift and deadly, appears out of nowhere and attacks her husband. Back on Earth, Burke learns about the incident on planet. He contacts Ripley. Burke explains to Ripley that they have detected alien activity on LV-426 and that the corporation sent a family there to investigate, but they have lost all communication with them. Burke is worried that something has gone terribly wrong and believes that Ripley, with her past experience, is the best person to help them find out what happened and rescue the family. At first, Ripley refuses to go. She has already faced the horrors of these alien creatures in the past, and it was a traumatic experience that she barely survived. Ripley tells Burke that she cannot go through that again, and she wants nothing to do with the planet or the aliens. But that night, as she tries to sleep, Ripley can't stop thinking about the family trapped on planet. The next day, Ripley contacts Burke and tells him she is willing to go to LV-426, but she has a few conditions. First, she refuses to go alone. She wants a fully armed team to go with her, and their main goal must be to destroy the aliens and save the family. Ripley is very clear that they should not focus on investigating the aliens or studying them in any way. Ripley feels more confident knowing that she will have backup and that they are prepared for the dangers on LV-426. Once the team is ready, they board their ship and head to the planet.
Have you ever been mistaken for a man?
No. Have you?
There's some juicy colonist daughters we have to rescue from their virginity. Favorite duty.
Do the thing with the knife.
Please.
Come on, yeah. Come on. Do it, man. This is great. All right, yeah.
Do it, Bishop.
Hey, not me, man.
Yeah, you.
You never said anything about an android being on board. Why not?
It's common practice. We always have a synthetic on board.
It is impossible for me to harm or by mission of action allow to be harmed a human being.
Stay behind.
As they approach it, they land and begin searching for the location where the distress signal had come from. As the team continues searching for the source of the signal, they come across a shocking sight that huge test tubes are filled with different hybrid species. The strange creatures inside these tubes look like a mix of alien and human traits, something none of them had ever seen before. Everyone is stunned by the discovery, and it becomes clear that Ripley was right all along about the dangerous experiments involving hybrids. The atmosphere is tense as they approach the location where the signal was coming from, expecting to encounter something dangerous. Instead of an alien, they find a small girl hiding in a corner, trembling with fear. She looks terrified and exhausted, having clearly gone through a horrible experience. The girl belongs to the same family who had come for investigation and research. Her name is Newt, and she is the only one who survived the alien attack that killed her family. Ripley immediately steps forward to comfort the frightened girl. She gently kneels down and talks to Newt in a calm voice, trying to reassure her. As the mission continues, an android named Bishop is busy studying the alien hybrids. The crew learns that all the people on the planet had a chip implanted in them, called a personal data transfer chip, which helps locate them. The team receives another signal from a chip located at a place known as Phase 3, leading them to believe that the missing family might be there. They rush to the location, hoping to find survivors. Unfortunately, when they arrive, they discover that the entire family has been killed by the aliens. The situation takes a turn for the worse when xenomorphs, the deadly aliens, sense the presence of humans and launch an attack.
Tom, get over here! We got a live one! You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right.
Get back!
Go!
Multiple signals. They're closing.
Let's rock!
Ripley, what the hell are you doing? Come on, let's move it! Get to the goddamn door!
Move it, Spunkmeyer, we're rolling.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Amid the chaos, Ripley manages to escape with Newt. Ripley orders Bishop to destroy the alien hybrids kept in the large test tubes, wanting to ensure the creatures can never threaten anyone again. However, Burke steps in and warns her against it. He argues that if they bring the hybrids back to Earth, they could use the creatures to create a powerful army. Ripley becomes furious, reminding him that these creatures are uncontrollable and extremely dangerous. She blames Burke for the whole disaster, as it was his idea to colonize LV-426 with humans in the first place. As the team continues to fight off the aliens, Burke gets trapped by the xenomorphs. With no other choice, the crew decides to destroy the entire planet. They start planting bombs in different locations to ensure complete annihilation of the alien threat. During their mission, Ripley and her team come across a large room filled with xenomorph eggs that are about to hatch. As they prepare to set off the explosives, Ripley suddenly realizes that Newt is missing. Desperate to find the little girl, Ripley orders Bishop to prepare the ship for takeoff while she goes back to search for Newt.
Do something for us! Get away! Come on! Come on! That's it!
As Ripley makes her way through the dangerous corridors, she comes face to face with a massive alien queen. The queen is terrifying, with large tentacles and a powerful body. The queen tries to kill Ripley, but she manages to escape with Newt. Just as Ripley and Newt reach the exit, they find that Bishop is not there with the ship. It seems like all hope is lost, and Ripley fears this might be their last moment. But suddenly, Bishop appears just in time, and they manage to get on the ship just seconds before the bombs go off, destroying the entire planet behind them. While on board the spaceship, Ripley, Newt, and Bishop believe they are finally safe. However, the alien queen has somehow made it onto the ship. She attacks Bishop, ripping him in half. With the danger over, Ripley, Newt, and the damaged Bishop enter the sleeping chambers of the spaceship where they go into cryogenic sleep. The spaceship begins its journey back to the space station, leaving the nightmare of LV-426 behind. Shortly after the events from Alien 2, Ripley is sleeping in a special pod on a spaceship, hoping to arrive to her destination. But something goes wrong, and the pod breaks away from the spaceship by accident. The pod was supposed to go to Earth, but because of the problem, it crashes on a planet called Fiorina Fury 161. This planet is owned by a company named Wayland Corporation, and is a tough place where prisoners are kept as punishment. Dr. Clemens, who works as a doctor on Fury 161, sees the crashed pod and goes to check it out. When he opens the pod, he finds Ripley inside, still asleep, but alive. He He takes her back to the medical room on the planet to help her wake up and recover. The Wayland Corporation hears about the pod crashing and knows that Ripley is there. They are very interested in her because of her past experiences with the dangerous aliens. The company tells the people on Fury 161 to make sure Ripley is well taken care of. They think she might know something important about the aliens she fought before. Dr. Clemens keeps a close eye on Ripley as she starts to wake up and feel better after the long sleep and crash. Wayland Corporation gets ready to send a team to the planet to pick up Ripley, but they have their own secret plans that could be dangerous for everyone on Fury 161. On the planet, the prisoners live in a big crowded jail.
We recognize that we are poor sinners in the hands of an angry God. Amen.
Amen. There was one survivor, a woman.
Especially a woman, as a violation of the harmony, a potential break in the spiritual unity.
What's her medical status?
She doesn't seem too badly damaged. She's unconscious.
We should all stick to our set routine and not get unduly agitated.
Ripley is in the hospital, being watched carefully by doctors. Dr. Clemens tells her that a few days ago, her spaceship crashed on this planet and he saved her life. Ripley is surprised to hear she is on Fury 161 because she thought she would be on Earth. Ripley asks Dr. Clemens to take her to the crashed spaceship. When they get there, she sees that the pod is completely burned. As she looks around, she finds some strange blood that can burn through things. She knows this kind of blood belongs to the dangerous alien called a xenomorph. Ripley becomes very worried because she thinks an alien might have come to the planet with her. Ripley then asks Dr. Clemens to check the bodies of the people who were with her, like Newt and Bishop, to see if there are any signs of the alien, but after checking, they do not find any clues. Ripley still feels worried because she thinks the alien could still be hiding somewhere on the planet. The prisoners on Fury are getting ready to cook their meal by killing a bull. While they are doing this, an alien shows up and touches the bull. When this happens, a new type of xenomorph is created from the bull, making the alien stronger and different from before.
There's always a new life, a new beginning. Amen.
Amen.
The head of the jail comes to see Ripley and asks her why the Wayland Corporation is coming all the way here just for her. He also asks Dr. Clemens why he is spending so much time with Ripley. Meanwhile, the new xenomorph starts attacking and killing the prisoners. It is getting bigger and stronger with every attack.
Mikey, are you down there? What are you doing?
No, thanks.
Milk.
Just a little, please.
Listen to me, you piece of shit. You screw with me one more time, I'll cut you in half. They consider her to be very high priority.
Why?
I have no idea.
I'm a doctor. You're the jailer.
How would you like me to explain your sordid history to your newfound friend? If I didn't need a medical officer, I wouldn't let you within light years of this operation.
Don't play with me, Mr. Clemens. You spend every second you can with her.
She said anything to you.
She told me she was part of a combat unit that came to grief. Beyond that, I assume it's all classified.
Nothing more.
No.
When Ripley hears about the alien killing people, she starts wondering about how everything went wrong. She thinks about why the spaceship had problems, how the pod got separated, and how they ended up on this planet. To get some answers, Ripley decides to fix Bishop, the robot. She hopes that repairing him will help explain what happened and why they are in this dangerous situation.
Watch your step, brother.
Go!
Bishop explains to Ripley that while she was asleep in the sleeping chamber, some aliens attacked. The acidic blood of aliens fell on her pod, creating a hole. Because of this, the spaceship sent all the sleeping chambers to this planet, but the xenomorph also ended up coming along with them. He also tells her that Wayland Corporation is coming to take both Ripley and the xenomorph back to Earth for more research. Ripley quickly goes to the superintendent and tries to convince him that they need to get weapons to fight the deadly creature. But the superintendent is rude and refuses to listen to her because he does not want to take orders from a woman.
Do you want to tell me what you and Andrews talked about?
No. You'll just say I'm crazy.
How are you feeling?
It's so hot.
Perhaps I should give you one of my special cocktails. Are you?
Give us strength, O Lord, to endure.
It's about 2100 hours. We need to organize and send out a search party. I can only hope we are able to all pull together over the next few days.
It's here!
Get that foolish woman back to the infirmary!
Now everyone is scared and agrees to work with Ripley. They come up with a plan to use a toxic, flammable liquid to fight the alien. The idea is to fill all the air ducts with the liquid, and then set it on fire to burn the xenomorph. But the plan does not work because the xenomorph is too fast and strong. The liquid spills, causing a fire that ends up burning some of the prisoners instead.
Get down!
Ripley talks to Dylan and explains everything about the creatures. She tells him how these aliens were created and the dangerous history behind them. She also explains how they can protect themselves from these creatures. Since they do not have any proper weapons to fight the xenomorphs, they plan to burn the entire planet and destroy the aliens once and for all. Before going ahead with the plan, Ripley asks the team to kill her. She reveals a terrifying secret, that while she was in cryogenic sleep, an alien implanted an embryo inside her. She is going to give birth to another xenomorph, and not just any xenomorph, but the alien queen, which is much more dangerous and powerful than the others. Ripley explains that this is the reason why the other xenomorphs have not killed her. When they come close to attack, they can smell the alien queen growing inside her and leave her alone. They know she is carrying their future leader, so they do not harm her. The team comes up with another plan to kill the xenomorph. This time, they manage to trap the creature inside a chamber and pour molten steel over it.
Come on! Come and get me!
Hey, Sam, close!
You bastard!
It's coming!
Let it go! Ripley!
Yes! It's working!
Scream!
To the piston!
They're going for the lead!
What about me?
God will take care of you now, sister.
No!
No! Pour it, Ripley!
Pour it!
Finally, the creature is destroyed. Shortly after, the Wayland Corporation arrives on Fury 161 and demands that Ripley should come with them. Ripley tells the representatives that she is carrying the embryo of the alien queen inside her, and she refuses to go to Earth because she does not want to risk bringing the dangerous creature there. The representatives assure Ripley that they can safely remove the embryo from her body, but Ripley does not trust them. She knows that the Wayland Corporation will use the embryo for research and possibly create more dangerous aliens. To make sure the alien queen never reaches Earth, Ripley makes a brave decision. She jumps into the fire, sacrificing herself to destroy the embryo and end the threat for good. In the year 2381, over 200 years after the death of Ellen Ripley and the last known xenomorph, a space station is busy with scientists working hard in their lab. They have successfully created a clone of Ripley using DNA from blood samples taken before her death. This clone, known as Ripley 8, has an alien queen embryo inside her, which they extracted just before she died. The scientists keep Ripley alive for further study because they are interested in her unique abilities. Her DNA, mixed with that of the xenomorph, gives her enhanced strength and quick reflexes. She also has acidic blood, inherited memories from the real Ripley, and a special connection with the xenomorphs, especially the queen. One day, a scientist visits Ripley and explains that she has not been born recently, but was actually created many years ago. He tells her that her original body was dead, but scientific research has brought her back to life. Ripley feels angry and confused. She wants to know what happened to her in the years since her death.
She's operating at a completely adult capacity.
It has connective difficulties caused by a biochemical imbalance.
Why does it have memories?
An unexpected benefit from the genetic crossing.
Meanwhile, an alien queen is being held inside a large chamber. The scientists plan to use this queen to produce many hybrid creatures for their own purposes, intending to create a powerful army that they can control. To do this, they need human subjects for testing. They contact a group of space pirates who steal weapons, supplies, and sometimes people. These pirates provide some victims to the scientists for their experiments. The scientists are ready for their testing. They place 7 human beings in front of a group of alien eggs, which are about to hatch. As the eggs open, the xenomorphs emerge and immediately attack the humans, killing them one by one. The pirates come to see Ripley, and their leader begins to mock her. This angers Ripley, and she fights back.
Ripley. The hell are you?
When she accidentally spills some blood from her nose, it burns the surface where it lands, demonstrating her xenomorph-like features. In the lab, one of the scientists starts to kiss the glass of a chamber containing a hybrid xenomorph, but unexpectedly, this xenomorph attacks and kills another in the chamber. The blood from this fight splashes onto the chamber, causing it to weaken and eventually break open. All the xenomorphs inside escape, creating chaos. The xenomorphs begin to attack everyone on the ship. The pirates shoot at the xenomorphs, but these creatures are fast and dangerous. Ripley finds a chamber filled with unsuccessful clones of herself as a result of failed experiments that caused great pain to the clones trapped inside. They are screaming for help, and Ripley cannot bear to see their suffering. She takes her flamethrower and burns them all to put them out of their misery. As the situation worsens, the ship begins to flood with water. The xenomorphs follow the pirates, hunting them down even in the water.
Jesus Christ! Goddamn ambush!
Trusting.
Get off my foot!
This way.
You're a robot?
During this chaos, Ripley is in communication with Call, who turns out to be an android. Together, they decide to escape in a small dropship. Unfortunately, the alien queen is also in the dropship, preparing to lay her eggs. Just as she lays one, it bursts open, and a new hybrid creature emerges. This hybrid appears more human than xenomorph. Ripley realizes this is a result of mixing xenomorph DNA with human DNA. The hybrid creature attacks everyone, but stops when it sees Ripley. It instinctively recognizes her as its mother due to their shared DNA. The hybrid almost kills Call, but Ripley intervenes, asking the creature to spare her. Surprisingly, the hybrid listens to her and lets Call go. Ripley quickly devises a plan. She pretends to be affectionate towards the hybrid, acting like a caring mother. In a risky move, she intentionally injures herself with the sharp teeth of hybrid. Her blood, being acidic, drips onto the glass door of the dropship, causing it to begin melting. The pressure builds, and the hybrid gets trapped inside the chamber. Unable to withstand the pressure, the body of hybrid starts to rupture, and it soon dies. Finally, the dropship lands on Earth in Paris. Just as the ship, the Auriga, explodes, destroying all remaining xenomorphs on board. Call asks Ripley what she wants to do next. Ripley responds that she is a stranger herself, highlighting her feelings of isolation and confusion in a world she no longer recognizes. And this is where the last Alien movie ends, completing the story. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, then please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, share it, and as always, thank you for watching.